Shadow Batman issue number 2. So, yeah. I didn't care for the first issue. Second issue, I don't even want to say it's an improvement. I mean, on the positive side, we get more Shadow. However, the Shadow doesn't really act like the Shadow, so I don't know if that counts. Also, we get, and this isn't a positive, this is a negative, we get more Damian, and we get more Bruce and Damian family drama. Why do I torture myself with this? Because I love the Shadow, and I'm willing to put up with almost anything when it comes to the Shadow, except for the unnecessary politics in the Shadow standalone series. Can't deal with that. That's too much. I'm gonna keep giving this series a chance, though I am starting to lose my patience with it. So yeah, I guess this series does take place immediately after, not immediately, but it does take place after Batman Shadow. If you guys don't want to read that, I did a couple videos on it, I believe. So we start off with the last issue, ended with Damian blowing up Bruce, and a bunch of people are flooding Damian's headquarters. And we discovered that it wasn't really Bruce in the last issue. It was like some kind of puppet. And Damian gets attacked by a bunch of other puppets. And as he's getting attacked, Bruce is watching from Gotham. Because Bruce has to spy on everybody. I get it. It's his kid. He worries about his kid. But this is one of the reasons I really don't like Batman. Because it's not like he does this with just Damian. He does this with everybody. Like, Batman is a control freak. And I can't stand control freaks. That's one of the biggest reasons why I really dislike Batman as a character. I can never get into him. Like, I like everything about him except his personality. His personality just rubs me the wrong way. But yeah, he watches as Damian gets overwhelmed, and then the Shadow arrives. And the Shadow helps Damian. He puts all the puppets, he uses his mind trick to freeze all of them. And then Damian throws a grenade and they jump out as it blows up. And then we cut to the Batcave in Gotham, where the Shadow and Damian are arguing with Bruce. Well, it's not really the Shadow and Damian arguing with Bruce so much as it is the Shadow, Damian, and Bruce arguing with each other. Damian basically is upset with Bruce about being spied on. Bruce is upset because he wants to spy on Damian, which is just, it's kind of weird, man. You're spying on your own kids. That's just... So yeah, they argue amongst themselves. Basically, they talk about the Silent Seven, and then Damian starts bragging about how he's the one who found all the information on them. It's like, Damian, shut up. Okay? The Shadow has been around since the 1930s. He has infiltrated basically everything. He's like a master of disguise. He has his tentacles wrapped around the world, kind of like the Silent Seven do. So he knows all about the Silent Seven. You're not integral to this story whatsoever. God, I really can't stand Damian. Yeah, then the Batman kind of jumps in. He's kind of like, hey, I already know all this information. I don't know exactly who they are, but I will find out, blah, blah, blah. What is it with everyone just constantly, I don't want to say trashing, I don't want to say bashing, but just writing off the Shadow? It's like, yeah, Shadow, we don't need you. I'm going to cut out some pages. I'm not going to discuss the whole thing. But basically, the main villains on this one is a team up between Ra's al Ghul and Shiwan Khan. So for anyone who doesn't know who Shiwan Khan is, he is from the Shadow. First introduced in The Golden Master. I think he was in 3 other issues, if I can remember. 3 or 4 other issues. Can't remember. There were tons of Shadow books. It's kind of hard to remember how many issues one villain took place in, but yeah, he was like in 4 or 5 issues altogether of the Shadow Pope novels. He is a direct descendant of Genghis Khan. He wants to take over the world. He was trained by monks to use telepathic powers, kind of like the Shadow. Basically exactly like the Shadow. So yeah, he's teaming up with Ra's al Ghul in this issue, or in this series, I should say. Cut back to Batman, Bruce, and Damian. More arguing. Batman wants to take over this mission. He doesn't want Damian to be involved. Damian kind of tells Batman to get bent. They have an argument. Damian leaves. And then Batman turns that anger onto the Shadow. Basically says everything is the Shadow's fault. It's like, no. You being a terrible dad is your fault. You having a terrible son is Damian's fault. Like, you can't blame the Shadow for your family drama. But Bruce is basically just basically attacking the Shadow and saying how you didn't train me to replace you. You trained me to clean up after you. They get into an actual fist fight where they try to make it look like it's even. But if you actually look at the panels, Batman is beating up the Shadow. Like, he's getting in more clean hits, which just makes me even more upset. And then, Batman is literally throwing a temper tantrum. And in the middle of this temper tantrum, the Shadow breaks down into tears and starts crying. And at this point, I wanted to tear up this issue. The Shadow is crying because Margot Lane is dead. I get it. He's been familiar with Margot Lane since the 30s. But the Shadow never really came across as someone who is that empathetic, I guess would be the word. He basically curls up into the fetal position and starts crying. This isn't the Shadow. I don't know who this is, but this isn't the Shadow. God, I hate this issue. Why can't I get a good Shadow series? Why? Why does everything with the Shadow have to suck? God. You literally shove Damian into this. I hate Damian. Damian is literally the character I hate the most out of any comic character. Any comic book character in the world. Damian is number one. I would rather have anyone else but Damian. That's how much I hate him. I will take the current incarnation of Squirrel Girl over Damian. Okay? I will rather put up with American Chavez over Damian. Because at least out of American Chavez, I can laugh about how stupid she is. How horrible she is written. With Damian, I can't stand him. I hate him. I hate him so much. And yet, he's got to be shoved into this. And he's given more spotlight than the Shadow. This is an issue where the Shadow is the marquee. It's the Shadow and Batman. But nope, this is basically Damian and Batman featuring the Shadow. So we got Damian. We got Bruce acting just like a total child. We got their family drama. I don't care about their family drama. I really don't care. But I got to put up with it anyways. We got Bruce throwing a temper tantrum. He literally throws a temper tantrum. Like, okay, you would think, okay, Batman would be like upset or angry. Maybe you have some coarse words with the Shadow. But he literally throws a temper tantrum like a small child does. And if that's bad enough, he basically beats up the Shadow, and then the Shadow curls up into the fetal position and starts crying. What is this? Who is this supposed to appeal to? Are Batman fans supposed to like this? Are Batman fans supposed to enjoy a series where he throws temper tantrums? Or Shadow fans? No, Shadow fans aren't. I can answer that one. Shadow fans aren't going to want to read a series where a teenager rags on the Shadow, where Batman beats him up, where he curls into a fetal position and starts bawling his eyes out. I hate this issue. I don't even know if I want to keep going. You know what? I've already committed. Let's just keep going. We're gonna keep going with this series. This can be my series to rag on. And the thing is like I'm trying to not use foul language because I don't want to get demonetized. Not like it matters, because I've been getting demonetized anyways, regardless of the fact that I haven't been using foul language lately. But I'm gonna try not to, just to see. Hopefully YouTube fixes that. By the way, that whole YouTube thing is stupid. Hopefully stupid isn't a foul language for them. Then again, it probably is. But it's the fact that if I want to appeal any demonetization, I have to get 1,000 views within 7 days, which is never going to happen. I only have like 2 videos that have over 1,000 views, and that took like over a year to build up to that. I'm averaging like, I'm happy if I get even 20 views on my videos. So to get 1,000 views in 7 days, that ain't gonna happen. So I can't appeal any of this. So once I get demonetized, I gotta live with it, which sucks. But yeah, I think this is gonna be I kind of said I don't want to pick up any series where I just roast them. I just like rant and rave I don't even want to say roast because I'm not really all that funny when it comes to ragging on something. It's just me. It's more of a rant than anything. But I think this is gonna be my one series that I will pick up where I just rant. But I'm not gonna try to. I'm gonna go in hoping for the best. So even though I hated the first issue, even though I despise this issue, forget what I said earlier about this one being okay. The only positive is that it has more shadow. It has more shadow, but the more shadow that we see on this is an old man getting yelled at, beaten up, and then curling into a fetal position and crying. So we might as well just have less shadow. But yeah, I'm going to go into the third issue just being hopeful. Do I even want to discuss the rest of the issue? Not really. Basically, Batman and Shadow decide to put their differences aside. Well, I want to say Batman decided to put a difference aside because the Shadow was willing to work with Batman. I mean, that's the whole reason why he came to them. But yeah, after getting his butt kicked and crying, I guess Batman took pity on him and decided to help him. So he takes him to Wayne Manor where they're going to get him a suit. And that's how it ends. Yeah, that's your cliffhanger. Your cliffhanger is Bruce and the Shadow buying a tuxedo. Yeah, that's very fascinating. All right, I hate this issue. I'm just gonna end this here. I don't want to keep talking about this. This issue is terrible. I don't recommend it. I don't recommend this series so far. Save your money for something else. This won't appeal to you in any way. It's not gonna appeal to you as a Batman fan. It's not gonna appeal to you as a Shadow fan. Definitely not gonna appeal to you as a Shadow fan. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Catch you guys next time. Later.